My name is Karen Failer. I've been involved with the Friends of Lake Quannapowitt since the late 1990s, and then became president around 2004. I was president of the board, and at that time became very involved in a renovation at the head of the lake that resulted in the Bricks by the Lake program. And I have continued to be involved in that program over the years, managing it. I will be retiring soon and handing it over to good people. We're very lucky in our organization to have a number of really strong people dedicated to the lake. So that's my history. I also live close to the lake and I love it. The head of the lake, for people who are not used to that term, applies to an area that's on the north end of the lake between the intersection of Lowell and Main and Lowell and Quannapowitt Parkway. Historically, that part of the lake has been used mainly by industrial and commercial interests going way back to the 19th century. In the 1990s, people in town became very aware of the potential for that part of the lake and that there was little access for the public. But then, at one point, the restaurant that was there, called Lanny Island, we found out it was being sold to a national food restaurant chain. So lake advocates at that point swung into action and filed an eminent domain petition saying this piece of land should be bought by the town, not by a national restaurant chain. We also had an area called Colonel Connolly Park. At that time it was walled off with chain link fences and high bushes, not accessible to walkers or even to see the lake from that area. So we decided in 2004 we can do better than this. And FOLQ came up with a proposal that tried to address both the sense of being careful with town money, but also the love of this lake. And we said, we want to try to do this, but we want to raise all the money privately. And we think enough people love this lake that we can do it. We thought of grants. So we went for grants, a state grant. We went for several private grants. We approached good organizations and businesses in the town and came up with the idea, well, let's find a way that makes it easy for citizens to help do, and came up with an engraved brick program. We decided to make the flagpole that had been in the old park the focal point, make a nice design around it with engraved bricks. And then we began marketing that idea, and there was a huge response, and it was beautiful to see. There's a process that goes on essentially every year where people in the community order bricks with inscriptions. We process them very carefully in a database, triple check the inscriptions so that we know that they are accurate. Every spring, usually in late May to early June, people on our committee, and most of us are retired ladies, and we do it ourselves. We get a mason's tool that can extract the bricks and carefully prepare the bed so it'll be exactly the right height, put those bricks in. During this process, it kind of brings the whole year together as we see the bricks. We've talked with people who've ordered the bricks, and we see, another chapter in this nice story. And sometimes we're really hot and whatever, but it's worth it. It's fun. So the orders just flowed in with all kinds of inscriptions Many were in honor of people, of beloved people that were gone. Some were just families that wanted to put their name in a place that they love. There were humorous little sayings. So as this program went on, we began to better understand how important it was in other respects. So after the bricks were finally in, we did have a dedication ceremony, which made us even more aware that this was something that really touched the hearts of people in Wakefield. We send out formal invitations to all the people who have ordered bricks since the prior ceremony. At a personal level, in many cases, it was attached with grief and loss, but also with love, with memories around the lake. That really touched our hearts. And since then, we have managed, not every year, but every 2 years, to have a dedication ceremony to really honor those feelings on the part of donors to this program. These little bricks in the ground represent a fabric of our town and the ways that lives are interconnected, and how we can be a community and emphasize the good things in common. That's a harder thing to do these days. It happens. It happens with the Bricks by the Lake.